Hi, I'm Andrea. Thank you so much for joining me for this 30-minute yoga practice. A few things before we get started. One is, although I happen to be standing on a yoga mat, you will notice I am also standing on a nice sturdy rug here in my living room. Maybe you've got the same. So if you don't have a yoga mat, I suggest a carpeted area in your house, or maybe you do have a sturdy rug. I don't want you on something that's too slick or too hard. So hardwood floors, not so much, and be wary of exercise mats that are really slick and slippery on even a carpeted surface as well. I have a chair, big fan of a chair, particularly one that allows you to use its seat with a little oomph, and it provides us with a couple of different levels if we want some help with balance. I will also encourage you to go to the wall or use maybe the arm of your sofa. I have two blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, two thick books will act as a terrific substitution. And I am known to steal blankets from even my adorable dog who's sleeping on the one that I might use, or cushions from my couch. So feel free to use things that are in your house that make things more comfortable for you. As I frequently say, you are the expert and I am merely your guide. We'll start standing with our feet hip distance and parallel, a little bit of a bend in our knees, and to organize our shoulders, take your arms forward, thumbs to the sky, and make two opposing giant circles back behind you. We'll settle our arms along our side with our palms facing out, but we note that those circles brought us into our shoulder joint, so it's not just a flick of the wrist. It happens much more where our arms attach to our torso, which inspires our torso to be tall. Let your chin be parallel to the ground. Take a moment to feel your feet in the ground, your head in the sky. And let's take a moment also to become aware of our breathing. Note every inhale and every exhale. See if you can't make a little bit more of a full, complete inhale, and possibly even a pause at the top. And a full, grounding, complete exhale with potentially a little pause at the bottom. Using our breath as our guide, inhale, arms out and up, thumbs to the sky, a V shape. And then we exhale and float our arms along our sides, palms facing out. We'll do that two more times, just that simple. Inhale, V shape. Exhale, arms along your sides. One more time. Inhale, V shape. Exhale, arms along your sides. That again, but we'll add on. Inhale, V shape. Hinge, bring your hands to your thighs. Press your hands against your thighs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, when we hinge a little deeper, we'll still lengthen our spine and our head higher than our hips. And then we inhale, rise, reach thumbs to the sky, V, and we will pause here with our arms along our side, knowing that that happens from our shoulder joint. Again, inhale, V. Exhale, hinge, hands atop your thighs. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, rehinge, and then inhale, rise, reach, thumbs to the sky. We'll pause with our arms along our sides. Two more times. Inhale, V shape, and we reach. Exhale, hinge, hands to your thighs. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, rehinge. And then we inhale, rise, reach, thumbs to the sky. We pause in our mountain. One last flow. Inhale, V. Exhale, hinge, hands to thighs. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, rehinge. And then we inhale, rise, reach, thumbs to the sky, V. And we'll pause here in our mountain. Take a moment, shift your weight side to side. And then we'll settle our weight onto our right foot. This might be your first opportunity to go to the wall and put your right hand on your wall, or use the back of your chair or the arm of your sofa. With your hand helping you, and maybe you can do this in the middle of the room, bend your left knee and kick yourself in the butt. Reach with your left hand and see what you find. It might be that you find your foot. It might not happen just yet, Or you could also use a kitchen towel, I say as I topple over, to lasso your left foot. We'll do this again, so if you need that lasso, we'll step down and you might find things that help you in your house with that. When you're ready, we will shift onto our left foot. Left hand goes on something, a wall, back of a chair, and then we'll kick ourselves in the butt with our right heel, and we'll reach with our right hand. And we may not even find the foot, the prize is in the reach. Maybe you find it, maybe you have found your kitchen towel that you can carefully lasso with, and I mean carefully. And then let's step that down. We'll do each side one more time, especially for our friends who now have their kitchen towels handy. Stand on your right leg, right hand on something, a wall, a chair. We kick ourselves in the butt with our left foot, and I will scoot a little bit sideways. Maybe you kick that foot back a little bit. Be careful. Use your props. Use your hand on something to help you balance. This is something called extension at our hip, what's happening on this left side. And it is the opposite of the hours that we spend sitting, right? At our computers, in front of the steering wheel. Step this down, step onto that left foot, switch hands that are on your wall or whatever is being helpful, and then kick yourself in the butt with your right heel. Reach and see if you can find maybe with that kitchen towel, and then option to start to play with kicking it back, increasing what we are calling extension at the hip. We're calling it that because that's what it is. And then we'll stay with this for a few moments. Step it down. If you're not already, consider facing the short edge of your mat with the seat of your chair where you can reach it. Not on top of your mat, but where you have access to it. And take your two thick books or blocks, place those on either side of you. Again, not on top of your mat where they're underfoot, but they are definitely there within reach, just in case. Inhale, arms out and up, thumbs to the sky in a V. Exhale, hinge at your hips and take your hands to your thighs. Inhale, lift your heart. Take your hands to the seat of your chair. Some of you might slide your hands to those tall books. Step your left leg back and pause here with your fingertips on your chair or your hands on your block. We have a great example of flexion at our hip in our right leg. So that's the bend to the knee. This resembles slightly you sitting at your computer. Am I right? And then we have extension here in the back leg, which looks like when we were reaching to find our foot or lassoing it. Both of those are present here. Both of those can be sticky and interesting aspects of our hips. Let's bend our left knee, that's our back knee, and then climb our hands on top of this right thigh. While we're here using this one thigh, the way that we did both hands on our thighs, I want us to try to squeeze our glutes a little bit. So that's important for hip stability. We often think of hip as stretches. That's great too. Mobility is important, but stability is really important too. We're building that in this pose. Now return your hands to your chair or possibly onto your two blocks. And then we'll step that left foot forward, bring our hands to our thighs, and inhale, lift our hearts. Exhale, rehinge at your hips. Then inhale, rise, reach, thumbs to the sky, V. We pause with our arms along our sides. We remember that that originates at our shoulder joint. Let's try second side. Inhale, V. Exhale, hinge, hands to your thighs. Inhale, lift your heart. Position your hands where it makes sense, on the seat of your chair, on your two blocks. It's your right foot that steps back and we land on the ball of it. And we take a second to nerd out together. Here we are now, sitting at our computer on our left side, sort of. And here we are exploring what we just did standing upright in our back leg. There might be stickiness. It's not a stretch, we do that often. And then we'll add bend to that back knee, just like we have with our front leg. Climb onto your left thigh, and let's do consciously squeeze our glutes. So we have those stabilizers in action, and you probably even feel the stability in the context of this pose. So it's, I think, super fun to understand the mechanics of this incredible body that we live in, and to be able to enhance that, to make it even more sturdy and pliable. We'll take our hands back to our chair or onto our blocks. take a moment to possibly straighten that right leg out a little bit. We're playing with that hip extension. And then right foot steps hip distance from left. We take our hands to our thighs and we inhale, lift our hearts. Exhale, rehinge at our hips. And then we inhale, rise, reach thumbs to the sky, V. And we pause here in our mountain. This is a very good time to use the back of your chair. And I would encourage you, in fact, to turn your chair sideways so that you would, in fact, have access to these two different heights. I also want it to be a little bit out of the way for you. Let's stand on our left leg and now bring our right knee into our chest. Now, once we have our right knee into our chest, I want you to start to lift that right leg. So this is external rotation, and then like you're gonna try to flick your heel into the sky, it's internal rotation. Think inner thigh spinning down. It may not have a whole lot of range of motion. Mine doesn't either, but we're going to give that a try. So we're just going back and forth, and if we really wanna nerd out, and I always do, then bring your hand to your hip, right hand onto your hip, and you can feel, goodness, this is range of motion at my hip joint. Let's step that down and do the same thing on the second side. So you can turn the other direction so your left hand is on your chair now. And then we'll bend our left knee into our chest. And first it's a little bit knee dropping out to the side, like almost thinking of sitting cross-legged. And then we flick our heel, inner thigh drops down, and we can take that left hand onto our hip. Couple things happening here, range of motion, mobility in this top leg, so in our left leg in this case, and then stability as we stand on that right leg. Flick your heel back behind you and then step it down, and here we are, balanced and pliable as best we can. Turn to face this chair the way we've organized it, and take your right knee into your chest. Then turn so that the right knee is, your right knee is dropping out to the side, and bend your left knee. It's ankle knee, and now it's easier to get a range of motion because we have leverage. You could keep both hands on the tall back of your chair. That's a great idea. It might be interesting, stretch-wise, to wander your hands carefully to the seat of your chair. Make sure it's not going to fold up on you. That might have been more for me than you. And let's really, what's called dorsiflex our right foot. So instead of a floppy ankle, we want to make sure that that is nice and tight, so flexing, and it makes its way all the way to our right hip a little bit more effectively that way. 3 moments here. Maybe walk yourself higher to carefully release it. And now we'll take the second side, standing on our right leg. First, we bring that left knee up. We let our knee drop out to the side, and we realize, like, oof, not as much range of motion. But when we leverage it with our left ankle on top of our right thigh, we probably get more. Now, the leveraged position, like we're in right now, serves our ego maybe a little bit more, but that without leverage is really good for our body and our muscles. So you might walk down, lower onto the seat of your chair, but mostly we're just enjoying that there's all kinds of ways in which our bodies move. Some of it requires more strength, some of it a little bit more pliability. The balance is within, just like you're finding with your inhales and exhales. You can't just inhale, you have to exhale, and we want to find a balance therein. All right, a couple more moments here. Walk it up if you walked it down, and step it down. We'll redesign the location of our props. So take this chair halfway down your mat, but again, off the side of it so it's not underfoot. And then each of your books or blocks will go along that same back edge. We're going to turn and make this long edge the front of our mat so that we have space for what we're up to in a second. But first, stand in the middle of your mat or thereabouts. You can always relocate. Stand on your left leg, and now take your right leg out in front of you and turn that right leg out. We're going to nerd out on what's happening in that hip again. You could plant the ball of your right foot inside your left foot, Or maybe walk that up onto your shin, or even place that right foot into your left inner thigh. We will need to hug that left hip into a midline. This could be an opportunity to use that chair that's behind you. Right arm might reach like a branch to the sky, maybe even left arm. We have mobility in our right hip and stability in our left hip. Turn that right knee forward, step yourself down, and then step wide. So arms wide, aim your feet so that they land underneath your wrists. That's our starting point. Turn your right leg out as if you were recreating that tree pose or the figure 4 that we did, and then sneak your left heel back. Bend your front knee. If your knee is farther forward than your ankle, as mine is, we just need to scoot that right foot forward, get that vertical line from our right knee to our right ankle. Our arms are outstretched and we are in what's called Warrior 2 position. Instead of this right hip straying back behind us, hug that right hip underneath you. The way that we tried to, without leverage, get that knee to fall out to the side a moment ago. Slow motion, straighten your front leg. Now we're not side bending, so I'd like you to get a feel of a hinge at your right hip. And as you do that, reach out with your right hand and see if maybe you want to find the seat of your chair, or perhaps you find a book or block on the outside of that right foot. We still have our figure 4, our tree pose happening in our right hip, but now our right leg happens to be straight. Let's soak in this hamstring and hip stretch for a few quiet moments together. Let your right hand remain where it is and begin to bend your right knee. Again, we just check to make sure that our knee is over our ankle, but we're in what's called side angle pose. If this top arm is tired, place the back of your hand to the small of your back or weave it behind your back. And let's soak a few moments where we can press our right thigh against our arm and hug our right hip underneath us. Not in any sort of forceful way, but in a curious way. Take a look down, move your block if you have it out of the way, upright into Warrior 2, and then we straighten our right leg and lower our arms and turn all of our toes to face the long edge of our mat. Let's heel toe, heel toe. We are hip distance and parallel, and a number of us are going to know that using our chair is a really good idea. Maybe you've got a wall that you're scurrying to. Stand on your right leg, extend your left leg in front of you, and then let it roll out to the side. So your foot is an example of what's happening at your hip joint. Plant the ball of your left foot inside that right foot. Get our stability happening in our right leg. It might be that you trot that left foot onto your shin or even put that left foot into your right inner thigh. And then if that's happening, grow your left branch, maybe your right branch. Mobility and stability together in one pose. Turn your left knee forward. Use your prop to help you step down, and then arms wide and we step wide. Once we have stepped wide, our left leg turns out, so our left foot is facing that short edge. And we'll sneak our right foot at a 45-degree angle and check out vertical line from left knee to left ankle. We do want to hug that left hip underneath us instead of let it swing back behind us. We are inspired by our figure 4 and our tree pose. 3 moments here. We'll straighten that front leg. Remember, it's not a side bend, so get your hip hinge action happening. Reach way out with your left hand. Maybe you find a block underneath that left hand. Maybe it's the seat of your chair, which is a great tool to be using. Spinning our inner upper arms away from each other, we give ourselves a nice long soak in a hamstring and hip stretch here. Take a look down, bend your left knee, make sure that we've arrived at the vertical line from our left knee to our left ankle. And same thing here, if your top arm is tired, weave it behind your back or just place the back of your right hand at the small of your back. We do want to make sure that that is not a collapse into our left shoulder, so give yourself as much space as you can whittle away. 2 moments here. We need to firm our belly, scoot our prop out of the way, come to a warrior 2 upright, and then straighten that front leg and turn all toes to the long edge. Heel toe, heel toe. We are hip distance and able to rearrange once again the situation of our props. So let's take our chair and return it to the front edge of our mat. Once it's there, you might take your 2 blocks, just stack them off to the side out of your way. Facing our chair, inhale V shape, exhale hinge and hands to your thighs. Inhale, lift your heart, take your hands to the seat of your chair, and let's use that to gently release ourselves down onto the ground. And once we're on the ground, we'll come seated. And once you're seated, we will reenact poses that we did standing here seated. Let your arms come back behind you, your fingers face away from you. And the more space that you have with your legs away from you, the easier this might be to arrive at. Cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh, even if that means that that left leg is completely straight. And then you could think of scooting yourself a little bit in, a little bit closer. We do want to sit up tall. It's tempting to round, which I believe I was up to myself. And we will soak in this for a full silent minute, just like we did with the standing version of figure 4. Now gently back out, find your way out, cross your left ankle on top of your right thigh, give yourself what you need, including a straight right leg if that's better, and then we'll mosey on in maybe a little bit, and we'll have that full minute of silence in our seated figure 4 on this side. Start to ease your way out. Back it up, extend that right leg, waggle for a second, give yourself a nice release. And then we'll fashion our tree pose seated. So right foot in the inseam of your left leg, wherever that might end up. We will inhale, grow tall, and then just think of your right ribs folding out over that left leg. It might be nice to use your blocks on your hands, under your hands on either side of that left leg. And for some of us, a block or a folded blanket or cushion underneath our right thigh might feel really good. A couple moments here. Upright your torso, help this along. Stamp your right foot on the ground and now step this right foot over your left straight leg. Give this knee a hug, sit up tall. Maybe this is as far as it goes. Right hand might fall behind you, maybe even propped up on a book or a block. And then we'll twist to the right, and sometimes hugging this right knee towards us feels best, or Hook your left elbow on the outside of that right thigh. Every inhale, we grow a little taller, and every exhale is just a little loving nudge into our twist. Unravel, and then straighten carefully this right leg. Let's fashion a tree with our left foot in our right inner thigh. Remember, blocks under the thigh, maybe blocks under your hands. We'll V-shape our arms, rotate left ribs towards our right thigh, and fold out here on this side. Upright yourself, help this along. Turn that left knee to the sky, and now step your left foot over your right straight leg. We'll try to sit up tall. Just hugging onto that left shin is really helpful. Left hand might land behind you, possibly even on a book or a block, and then maybe left elbow outside that right thigh, or you give a hug to that right knee, and we'll inhale, grow tall. And exhale, move ourselves gently into our twist. We will unravel, waggle our left leg out in front of us, and then lie down on your back with your feet hip distance and your knees to the sky. Place a hand on your heart and a hand on your low belly. And then float your arms along your sides, or just let them drop to your sides, and snuggle one shoulder blade and the other underneath you. So we've got a nice flat shoulder blade situation. Lift your hips up, a gentle hip extension. Now we know what that is. Lower your hips down and either stay like this or extend one leg and then the other straight for our Shavasana final meditation. Some of us are comfortable closing our eyes here. Some of us prefer to just soften our gaze. But it's our rest and digest. You're welcome to stay here in your Shavasana final meditation as long as you'd like. If you're ready, give yourself a stretch, arms and legs away from each other. Gather up your knees, roll to either side. Use the strength of your arms to come up to any comfortable way to sit. Maybe it's even on top of one of your books or blocks or a cushion. Let's take a moment. You might be in a cross-legged seat, which actually is evidence of some of our hip stretching. But as soon as you carefully get up and wander into your day, our hip stability will be very important too. I'm Andrea. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I look forward to us doing this again together soon.